And Jay-Z accepted the Dr. Dre Global Impact Award. A case of measles has been diagnosed for the first time in nearly 20 years in Montgomery County. A patient at Dayton Children's Hospital was treated for the highly contagious disease at the end of last month, but health officials believe it could have spread to others who were nearby at the time. The extremely rare disease can be fatal, especially for younger children. Some symptoms are coughing, runny nose, watery eyes, a high fever, and a rash can develop. News Center 7 talked to a grandfather who is concerned for his grandbaby.
I certainly don't want my granddaughter getting measles, that's for sure.
Montgomery County Public Health says 1 in 5 children who catch the disease will need to be hospitalized, so they are urging people to vaccinate their children. And the Upper Valley Medical Center is closing its maternity ward, and that's forcing some soon-to-be mothers to travel to deliver their babies. News Center 7 talked with a couple wanting to make their family a little bigger. They live just outside of Troy, so the next closest delivery center is in Sydney, about 15 miles away. After that, about 30 miles.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of scary, having to travel that far.
County commissioners told News Center 7 they will close off the maternity ward and not use it, hoping it will someday come back. A monster storm is hitting most of California today, is expected to bring torrential rains, flooding, and landslides. The head of the state's Department of Transportation says that it's all hands on deck.
Since the storm is so wide, it's really hitting the entire state of California. And so we have crews monitoring many of our wildfire burn-scarred areas in Northern California. We have crews in the mountains, Sierra Nevadas, that are dealing with the snow and ice up there. And we have crews along the coast from the Monterey County area all the way through Santa Barbara down to Los Angeles and San Diego. So really everyone it's all hands on deck right now, and everyone is doing their part to ensure the safety of all Californians.
State is deploying more than 4,000 people and storm equipment, such as portable pumps and generators across California. State leaders are also urging residents to stay off the roads and remain at home. Now, weather specialist Nick Dunn joins us live with your Storm Center 7 forecast. And Nick, that sounds pretty serious in California, especially for a state that doesn't have to deal with rain that often.
Not in that type of amount anyway. And same thing with the snow. So let's actually show you what the storm system looks like right now out there. You can see the area of low pressure spinning just off of the California coast. You can see all the blue indicating the snow. Parts of the Sierra Nevada mountains could be seeing snow, not just in just a couple of feet, but upwards of 5, even 6 feet of snow in some locations. And most of Los Angeles is actually under a flash flood warning late this evening. So this storm system is moving onshore, but it's not going to be impacting our weather. In fact, we have the exact opposite of that. We have clear skies and dry conditions right now. 33 in Dayton, 32 in Urbana, 30 in Wapakoneta. However, there's a couple spots still above freezing. Xenia, Springboro, and Oxford, just to name a few. And we do expect these temperatures to gradually start to fall into the upper 20s as the rest of the night progresses. So we do expect some patchy fog to start developing as we get past 2 o'clock in the morning. And right now, that chance looks to be best, if you will, north of I-70 and potentially even further north than that. But temperatures were already running a little cooler than what this model is projecting here, but I do think we'll fall into the upper 20s by sunrise tomorrow morning. And you want to check in with the morning team just in case there is any patchy fog out there, because with these temperatures below freezing, we actually do run the risk of what is called freezing fog. So remember, fog is little tiny water droplets, and sometimes when those fall to the surface, especially when we have temperatures that are below 32 degrees, this can freeze on surfaces like roads and trees and bridges. But I'm not really anticipating much in the way of a travel impact, but you may have experienced freezing fog sometimes when you've awakened up and the trees have like that layer of a little bit of a frost look to them. That's that freezing fog we can get from time to time. Here's how the visibilities look on Futurecast for us. We get towards early in the morning on Monday, visibility starting to drop a little bit in our northern and northeastern counties. And that's where the fog is most likely. As we get towards 7 o'clock in the morning, visibilities looking pretty good if you're south of 70, but the further north you are, visibilities could be under a half of a mile at times. And that fog could actually persist with us through about 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning before we start to see those conditions gradually improve as that low-level moisture in the lower levels of the atmosphere finally starts to mix out a little bit. So at the bus stop tomorrow morning, about 28 degrees for most of us. A couple of spots, especially north, could be a touch cooler than that. We get past that fog in the morning. We have sunshine for the afternoon and temperatures getting up into the middle 40s. Just a few fair weather clouds still existing out there. For Futurecast, we're just going to go ahead and fast forward right to midweek because we have dry conditions expected even through Thursday. But we've had winds out of the northeast this weekend. But what's going to end up happening By midweek next week, you can see the streamlines here coming up out of the south and southeast. So that does a couple of different things for us. Number one, it brings up a little more moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, and that means our temperatures are going to start to warm up even further. In fact, our highs by Thursday and Friday will start to feel like March compared to February. By Friday, we have some showers moving into the Miami Valley. And this system still kind of going back and forth in terms of the overall coverage of rain, but I do think we'll see a good chance for some showers on Friday. It does start to move out late Friday night into Saturday, but I do think we'll be left with some cloud cover to kick off the weekend and even a couple of showers as well. So for tonight, here's how the overnight lows look. Again, that best chance of patchy fog off to the north, 25 in Greenville, 28 in Dayton, 27 over in Liberty, and 26 up in Urbana. For tomorrow, we'll get up to 46 degrees once we get past that morning fog. Plenty of sunshine for the afternoon, and that northeast wind being pretty persistent, that'll help keep us a little bit cooler tomorrow as well. Here's your Storm Center 7-day forecast. Tuesday, we're up to 49. There are those 50s for Wednesday and Thursday. The cloud cover starts to build. Rain moves in Thursday night going into Friday with highs in the upper 50s to near 60. Then we'll cool it off a little bit after that.
Thank you, Nick. Coming up, how one zoo is helping the brokenhearted get over their exes this Valentine's Day.